The balance sheet. Okay, now we are moving on with this accounting topic. Now, if you remember, in our last lesson, we looked at the accounting equation, and I told you that the accounting equation is assets equals to capital plus liabilities. When we're doing our balance sheet, all we're doing is using the same principle of assets is equal to capital plus liability. It's just that we're gonna set this up a little bit different. Now remember, I show you that we could take assets. This is my assets over here, and if I have my assets, is equal to capital plus liabilities, then it therefore means that I could take assets, and if I might have assets and I subtract liabilities, then my answer is going to be my capital. And the balance sheet is kind of in that same format. When we're doing our balance sheet, it follows this format. My assets minus my liability is supposed to give me my capital. So, in setting up my balance sheet, I'm really now doing an account. So, here are some assets that I have. Assets, I have shop fittings. Shop fittings of $30,000. I have stock of goods. These are all my assets. I have stock of goods, and my stock of goods right here is $5,000. Let's write this a little bit better. Stock of goods, and that's $5,000. It's supposed to be $30,000. 30,000, and this is supposed to be 5,000. Okay, stock of goods are 5,000, and I have cash at bank. I have money in the bank of $20,000. Now, when I add that, I'm gonna have $55,000, and that would have been my total asset. Then my liabilities, I have creditors, and my creditors here is $5,000. I have a creditor, a loan creditor of $5,000. Now what I'm doing is subtracting my liability from my asset, and so I am left with $50,000. I put two lines under that because that's the first half of my balance sheet. Now I go to the second half, and all I'm going to do is to write financed by. This time all I have here is capital, and my capital was $50,000. Hence my balance sheet, and it is called a balance sheet because the first half must balance with the second half. Now how did I get my balance sheet? And this is a simple format of a balance sheet. I start off with my assets minus liability, and that is going to give me what my capital should be, and that's simple balance sheet. Later on in accounting, we're going to see that balance sheet can be much more extended than this, but for now, a simple balance sheet, that's what it is. And we have a lot of activities that we could look at in our textbook, and we could work through some of these activities that require us to work out the balance sheet. Thank you.